Gang, we're live.
Welcome to PE3 Hunter. Wow, that's one Hunter.
That's what it is.
PE3 Hunter. Yeah, man.
PE3
Hunter now. That's how you got to address us.
That's how you want to start it off.
Yo, start off like that. Your new glasses and shit. Oop, my bad. It's the first 30 seconds. Yeah, with your new glasses.
Yeah, Professor Graham, you know what I mean, with a chain on.
Nah, trying to gaslight CJ in the beginning of the show.
Man, you like Furious Styles, nigga. That's exactly what Furious Styles did. All of Boys in the Hood. Furious Graham. Listen, dog.
What I did. You said I was trying to gaslight Jizzle.
No, he wasn't trying to gaslight me.
Remind
me of stuff that I forgot. Listen, I ain't backing down like J. Cole, all right? I still think I'm the champ.
Right, so how do you light something without gas?
Thoughts.
Yo, what are you trying to see? This nigga, if you want to complete the fit, I can send you a kufi, man. I can send you a kufi.
I'm just
missing that. How do you light a fire with that? Come on, man.
Yeah, with fire in paper or fire.
I just feel like I'm
alcohol.
trying to ask the important questions, that's all. Just trying to ask the important questions. That's all.
Hey, that's more important than how you light fire with gas. Sir,
all right, man. This is the 300th episode. Let's go ahead and get it started.
300.
Tell him. I probably send your wish to give me some chicken. If you ain't know it, love, it's the list.
Ladies and gentlemen, people with jobs, people without jobs, middle class, upper class, high class, all that, cats, snakes, chickens, ducks, elderly people, and twerkers, we present to you another episode of the Public Enemies podcast for the 300th time, the 300th edition. I go by the name, oh my God, Graham, the Waco kid in the building. Young Jizzle in the building. 300 bang. Yeah. Graham still in Philly. What's up with Banks? How you doing, my guy? Not at all.
Hey, y'all see Banks down there?
Nah, Banks didn't come. Banks had to.
Banks lied to me.
His chicken up, man. Well, look, it is what it is. Did you go? Did you lie?
Yes,
did you lie to the people?
No, I didn't lie to the people. I got pictures and proof that I didn't lie to the people. I
never lied to the people. Not one time.
Never lied. Not one time.
What's going on with you guys, man? What's going on with y'all? How y'all feeling? Y'all all right?
Bro, trying to get used to going back to work and stuff. Oh, yo, 322, I can cuss and shit. Look at that. 300 episodes, I learned how to be, diplomatic. Yeah, getting back, used to going back to work and shit. It just sucks.
What's going up?
Ben, how you doing, bro? You good?
I'm great.
What y'all been up to, man? What y'all been up to since I seen y'all, man? What y'all been up to? Going back to work, man? Y'all ain't got nothing else popping? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Y'all still in good spirit?
100% right. CJ's 100% right. I was at work. I was like, man, I really, really don't want to be here. I was like, I really don't want to be here. Because originally, so I had set it up where I had Friday and I had Monday and Tuesday off. So I had that whole weekend. I had Tuesday as an extra day. Now, for those of you who don't know, last week I moved and I had taken off a day for the move. So I was like, I got to put that back somewhere. I guess I don't have to take off Friday. So, so the move spilled into the next day. I was like, well, I guess I could come in late on. I go in late on Tuesday or whatever. But yeah, I just ended up going in into work late on Tuesday because I got back home at 6:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
drove back from Philly. Just like I did 2 hours, China did 2 hours. We got back. CJ and Graham tried to pressure me. You're not gonna make her drive back the whole way, are you? What type of husband are you?
Nigga, she drove the whole time, nigga. she was definitely mother with MUVA. She was like, all right, we go get there. She had to learn how to drive aggressive on the spot. Man, them niggas is weird. Like, yo, you got some fucking Fast and Furious niggas out there in Philly, man.
But
shout out to Josh. Hold on, spending your final day. Look, you turning 30 watching us, nigga. Shout out to you, cuz.
Shout out Josh, man. Hey, happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying? Happy early birthday. Yes, indeed. That's fire, man. Congratulations.
30 is the new 20. 30 is the new 26.
Hey, bro, you made it this far, bro. You made it this far. You know what I'm saying?
It only gets better from here, not really.
20s. Yo, what's going on, Gresh? Hey. Seeing Gresh linked up with niggas holding a whole pack of the rock energy drink and shit. I say, yo.
Niggas nigga was just throwing them at us. Like I was like, yo, let me get a Zoa. And he just threw the whole case at us, nigga. We was like, oh shit, let me get one, nigga. I said, Graham, they giving away fucking Zoas. Graham caught that shit with one arm, nigga. Caught that shit one-handed like Prime Dion. Like I was like, okay, Graham, I see you, nigga. Faded too, nigga. No, we were goblin mode, blitzed. We were blitzed that night. This nigga caught this shit, a whole case of shit, one arm, nigga. Bow, nigga. It went right back to his conversation, nigga.
So anyway,
Yo, AJ said my Uber driver in Philly almost got us killed. We was lit. That sounds like the story that CJ told me before. Before we got on.
Okay, so shout out to Adrian. You feel me? Jizzle, why don't you tell our Uber driver story from WrestleMania night one? When we left where were we at? We did the Jobber Tears WrestleMania watch party. Night one.
Yeah, Jobber Tears. Shout out to Jobber Tears. You know what I mean? Shout out to Geno Steaks first. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, that shit was good. You know what I mean? We start off with this. So like, everything is good. You know what I mean? The shit's over. We try to order Uber. Like we have to go through Lyft and Uber and Lyft over and over until finally, I don't even remember this nigga's name, but he finally is like, yo, I'm on my way. This nigga's texting Graham in fucking Spanish. This nigga, he's getting like, I don't even know why Graham is so frustrated. I'm over here just smoking, just in my own little world, and Graham just sitting there looking like, yo, what the fuck is he doing? He said he's putting shit in the translator.
Bro, that's why, bro. He was texting me in Spanish, and I'm sitting here trying to hit the translator on it. And then by the time I read the translator back on what I wanted to say, he done called talking about, so hey. I'm like, nigga, what was that for?
Why are you speaking to me in English and texting me in Spanish, my nigga? So somehow he finds us. Like we didn't walk back and forth and from in front of the fucking casino, back and forth on the street. This nigga finally gets us. We get in the back. Like this nigga, first off, only one seatbelt in the back works. And of course it's Graham's. Should be though. You know what I'm saying? We get into a crash. I'm a little more built for a crash. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind going through a glass. You know what I'm saying? Like we good. You know what I mean? Like we got to protect the product. You know what I'm saying? We got to protect the leader. You know what I'm saying? This is what you set the screens for. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
And this is after a night before we were just fucking playing lead blocker, running back and forth, trying to get to the bar and to the stage and back for Wale Mania. But this nigga, we getting this nigga car blood, and I'm talking about like when I tell you like I call that nigga Tom and Nick Toretto. Like Tom and Nick Toretto was in that bitch, nigga, in his little some car that had like some little Honda that had a fucking like I don't know how this shit had 4 doors. You know what I'm saying? This shit barely made the requirement, nigga. And this nigga had stickers all on it. He's driving up like against cars and like slooping by like this and shit through the traffic. Like this nigga went head up with a fucking school bus, nigga. Like honked at a school bus, nigga. I don't know if there was some kids on that school bus, but he still honked at a school bus, man.
I'm trying to figure out why it was a school bus out at 1 o'clock in the morning.
It was like 1 in the morning.
Who's in the school? Like who's in the school bus? Like
Somebody's in that
Can
school.
I
Of
tell you
course,
something?
somebody's in there, but I'm just like,
Can I?
Like
Can I
he
get
knows
into
who it is
something?
too. That's probably why he honked at him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I know what you guys are doing in there, freak ass boys. You know what I mean? Like, so
But can I tell
he
you
was
something real
driving
quick
like,
about that?
oh yeah,
About school buses like driving around late at night. Hey, a lot of them niggas that be driving school bus, they drive that shit around to run errands, to go places and stuff like that. I've seen it before. My grandmother used to drive the bus. She didn't do that, but I knew her coworkers who did that. So they was like, same thing with the mail truck. Hey, I need to go down to the corner store right over there, run my little numbers. Hey, hop in the
I gotta
mail.
take this home. Like, you think I'm about to use my gas? Like, yeah, you got me fucked up. Yo, we got mail? Like, nah, nigga, I need Newports, nigga. Like, yo, let me get that. Let me get them Newports. Yo, this nigga drove so aggressively, like I couldn't even. Eventually, I just like let my seatbelt go because it wasn't clicking in anyway. So why am I even holding this shit? I was like, man, fuck this shit, nigga. If I die, like, I think this nigga gonna get us home safely. And this nigga was flying. And then like he was fucking flying like in traffic, but then as soon as we got like out of traffic and we had like clear fucking road, nigga, he was doing the speed limit. I'm like, all right, blood, who is this fucking Jason Statham ass Mexican dude?
Bro, y'all sound like y'all had big fun getting around the city. It was a trial for me just to get in the city.
It wasn't a trial, nigga. You
It
was
was
J.
a
Cole,
trial.
nigga. This
Nah,
Way Cole kids who you need
nah,
to call you, nigga. This nigga was ready to
nah,
bow out,
man.
nigga, twice, nigga.
Yo,
Nah,
twice.
nigga. Yo, finesse 2 times, nigga.
Hey, let me give my quick experience for you. I'll run through it real quick. Hey, so I get off work on Friday. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go pick up the rental car. And there's like they're doing like, it's the weekend, then they drive prices up because it's the weekend. So I'm like, yo, I see a deal for maybe about an hour away from me, about $120 off. So I was like, okay, sure, we'll drive up there. Get up there, walk in. Now, before we walked in, I checked online to see if they had rental cars available. It said yes, they're available. I walk in. The first thing the woman says as soon as we walk up to the counter, hey, if you looking for a car from me, you're gonna have to wait until Tuesday because we don't got nothing here. And I was like, why the fuck do you think I'm in? First off, that was such an asshole comment to make. Like, if you looking for a car, what the fuck? We in a car rental shop, bitch. Like, what we I mean,
What else am I looking for?
ma'am?
What am I looking for? A refrigerator,
Lady?
bitch? I know this is a refrigerator rental shop. Like, I need to drive this refrigerator to fucking Philly. Like, what the fuck is the cars at? I just talked to somebody. Like, why you letting
Yo,
them
facts,
listen?
but
You
so I was like, you know what? There's other car rental places up here. I look online, but I don't trust looking online now because I know they don't be updating nothing. So I call ahead and say, hey, y'all got cars. The guy was kind of on the phone, kind of being funny. He's like, yeah, we got cars, just like laughing and shit. I was like, okay, drive over there. Call and they was like, yo, man, you gotta have a $300 security deposit before you want to take a car off the lot. So I gotta call, get things right, go in there, lock the door. Nigga sitting in the chair looking at me like dead in my face. And I say nigga, and I mean like yes, like you and me, a nigga looking right in my face. And then the white lady up front who had just locked the door, she hit me with one of these. For those of you who are listening, she put a hand to the side of the face and trying to block me out, but she couldn't see me. She was like, hey. So the dude is sitting in the chair that we was making eye contact the whole time. He was about to get up and open up the door, and she was like, "Nah, we closed. The system is, we shutting it all down." So he goes like this, hits me with one of these, like, "Nah, there's nothing we could do." I leave. I'm like, "Fuck." I'm like, I know there are more car rental places. I was like, I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet, pay that extra 100 or whatever, drive out that night. But these niggas make it damn near impossible to get a rental car. They're like, yo, man, look, we need a credit card. We need 2 forms of of residency. We need a blood sample. We need some hair follicles. We need all that before you can take this car off the lot. So I'm like, shit. So I'm like, I don't got a credit card. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, how am I gonna do this? So
signed for a credit card
right at the last second, right at the last second when I was about to, tell Graham, I was like, yo, man, just get the money for the tickets back, and we're gonna have to do this another time. My brother called me and he's like, yo, you left yet? And I'm like, nah, I ain't left yet. And I told him the whole situation about the credit card and everything. He's like, shit, like you use mine. I was like, yo, bless you. Drove up that night, got in late, linked up with the guys, man. At the last hour, because I said, if I could just make it to WrestleMania, if I could just make it to the show, I was like, yo, I'll be good. And I seeing all the fun you guys had, I'm really disappointed. I was disappointed before, but I'm even more disappointed that I didn't get up there till late.
You came back with lost your voice.
Came back from Philly,
down.
man.
Man,
she came back from Philly. She can't talk no more. God is the greatest.
Hey,
sorry, baby.
First of all,
I'm playing.
Shout out to China. Of course, she's already, we done made it official. The number one realest nigga in the clique. You feel me? I'm the number two.
Yeah.
I'm the number one. She the one. I'm the number two. I'm talking about so pure love.
You too? Oh,
I'm number two. You feel me? Yeah.
This was decided. Not UNO, but DOS.
This is decided. It was documented. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I lost my voice by what? Friday night, Saturday. By the time we went to NXT on Saturday, I was cooked. Wale Mania, and then
Wale Mania took your voice. That's what took your voice, nigga.
Wale Mania took my voice.
Wale Mania took your voice.
Look, I'm still trying to get all the way back right. You know what I'm talking about? I'm still trying to.
Me too, nigga.
Like
we made our mark. PE 300 forever.
For life. It was definitely a good time. We did get to see Vaughn. Shout out to Vaughn in the chat. We seen him at Stand and Deliver. Not only that, we linked up with Black Announce Table. Eve and Manny was up there. That was real dope to see them there. That was fire. Salute to those guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Who else did we see? Of course, we saw Gresh. Talked to Gresh. It was me and Gresh. You feel me? That's what Ben was talking about, the picture when I was holding the Zoa. You know what I'm saying? Gresh was dope.
One arm, right? That's the arm that he caught it with, dude.
We see so many people. Yolanda, she be in the chat sometimes. Salute to Yolanda, makes me here, of course. She was amazing. Got to meet Big Swole, of course. You know what I'm saying? Finally. Yeah, of course. Ran into AJ Francis, Top Dollar. You know what I mean?
Boss shirts, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Javon Evans. For the culture. For the culture was a dope event. Too Cold Scorpio.
EJ
that was I got to see him live. Yeah, got to meet EJ finally. That was dope. Sparks, Mimi, Black Wrestling, that whole crew, everybody like that was it was
fire. My brother Math. Shout out my man. Yo, that's my guy. Every time that we was like, yo, you try to drink? Like, yeah. That's my man. So shout out to them, shout out to Eve. Mimi was just always like, oh my God.
Adam, Stephanie Hardy, she was just a sunshine. Sir Wilkins from Jobber Tears. It was just so many people that just are within the space.
Shout out to Low. Low got us the backwoods and told us where to go, and we went there.
I couldn't find backwoods. I hit up Low. I was like, bro, where can I find backwoods in the city? He said, come to my hood. You know what I'm saying? So we went to West Philly, got some backwoods. That was a highlight of the trip for me because they were $5 a pack, and out here it's definitely like 10.
They don't even exist anymore.
Like it's crazy.
They really don't exist in California because
it was shout
out to Gavin, piece of human garbage.
We got to see. Got to meet up with Adam.
Yeah,
shout out to Adam.
I mean, as soon as we got the Wale Mania, we tapped in with him, and then of course we saw him at the brunch as well. We were supposed to link up at WrestleMania. It was just so much going on, bro. It was so much going on.
He was in the press box.
It was. He was in the press box for Saturday, and then Sunday he went with his son. Up there, you know what I'm saying? That was crazy. All right, China.
You want me to do it?
Brunch?
You want me to do it? I'll do
brunch?
That
no.
Brunch was great.
It was 100%.
Brunch was good.
Yeah,
I mean, the
at
fact that
Sabrina's Cafe.
the fact that we, you know, like some niggas, like we be CP time late to this shit. We was CP time late to brunch.
God.
You know what I'm saying? Lady was tripping on us at the door. It is what it is, you know.
Man, I was
got
like
to
talking
talk
about
to
we at
me.
capacity. I'm like, I see
Yeah.
8 seats in there empty right now, plus niggas are walking around. What is going on?
But the whole the entire place where the food was at, like the brunch part of it, like was completely empty. The bar was half empty. Like niggas was outside. Like we ran into niggas outside and was talking to them, was talking about, oh yeah, I love you, da, 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 da. Nice shirt, nice everything. We was inside. Graham was like, I'm not fucking about to go in there if you told me it's at capacity. I just want to say what's up to my people. Like, and then like 7 niggas came and said what's up. I'm saying, took some pictures and shit. And it was like, yo, we can see, we can try to get you in and shit. Like, and then like Shorty was tripping, blood. Like it was like for you. You know what it reminded me of, Graham? Maybe we would go see Joe Button, and then like that lady was working in the elevator and shit.
Yeah.
That one lady was working in the elevator. Like whoever's in front of the computer, the one next to her, because she wasn't looking at shit. All she had was coffee.
It was the lady in the brown. She was trying to press up on me, dog. I was like, all right, man, I'm not trying to do too much. You doing a lot. This is a nice event. I don't want to be like extra here at all.
Shout out to the invite. Like, look, it's our fault. Like, that's our bad.
Not for real. That was us for being late. You feel me?
That's on us.
But the invite coming from Relax. The invite coming from Andreas, you know what I'm saying? Mimi helped with you know what I'm saying, putting some of that together, you know what I'm saying? So I greatly appreciate that, you know what I'm saying, the invitation. 100%. Unfortunately, we was just late on getting there, and you know what I'm saying, it was gonna be too much to, you know what I'm saying, try to get in and wait for people to leave and all of that, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely wholeheartedly appreciate the invitation. We did end up going to lunch at, I believe, Sabrina's Cafe. I think that's what it was called.
Best breakfast burritos I had in a while.
Regardless of that, George Kittle was there, an all black hoodie, tight, in an Eagles hat. And I'm like, this dude's trying to be low key, but it's all good. Shout out to George Kittle. We see you. We saw you. You know what I'm saying?
I was talking to Ben. I said, Ben. I said, you see how they just pull that chair up to that 4-person table outside that's right in front of us that we're looking at? He was like, yeah, CJ, please don't. I was like, nah. I understand because I think that's George Kittle right there. Like, where? I was like, the nigga on the end with the long hair. That's big as shit. with the other nigga that's big as shit. Yeah, but man, then we went to but then we went to the Rocky Steps, and then when we walked past, this nigga Graham come up to me and was like, all right, that was George Kittle. I just need to make sure. And,
I look back, I was like, yo, man, it's the nerve of this nigga to pull up and wear an Eagles hat and act like come on, man, that shit burned me up. But yeah, man, it was a great time. Went to the show. Graham was hyped for the entirety of the show, yelling at fans for putting up the ones. After the show was over, this man accosting people in public as we are leaving the arena. Where the ones at now, nigga? Like, I'm not even joking. Like, yo, y'all think like out of all of us that
it's me.
All of us that it's CJ, and I'm just here to tell y'all. That's only half true. All right, that's only half true. All right, you want to push the button?
I already did.
Oh shit! We've been talking about this shit so long. I forgot. Yeah. My bad.
Hey yo,
exactly.
No matter how he feels, it's exactly how I feel, and that's what it is, nigga. No matter how we express it, nigga, I agree with it, nigga. He said, "Yep, that's what's true, bitch ass nigga. Run up." You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? But y'all ain't about to do nothing but give us high fives for it. That's all they did was give us I ain't shook so many hands in my life, nigga. I feel like the president.
All right, let's cook, guys.
The following contest scheduled for one fall.
Everybody seen the footage?
What, man?
What footage?
At this point, everybody's seen the footage. Y'all see the tagline on the shit. Y'all, everybody knows what we're here to talk about. I assume that if you're here, you've likely seen the footage.
Everybody's seen the footage, man. Show the tape.
All right, Jizzle, you saw the footage?
I definitely seen the footage.
Was it indeed R. Kelly peeing on that young lady?
Yo, I mean, listen. If she didn't want to get peed on, she'd have moved out the way.
I'm just playing.
It's Boondocks.
Okay.
But
okay, no. Let's lay it out. Let's lay it out one time. All right, so this whole thing started last week, WrestleMania week, get the ball rolling on the press, everybody popping up at their little, you know what I'm saying, they little press junkets, they little talk shows, they little podcasts, you know what I'm saying, guest appearances and all of that. CM Punk gave his first interview since rejoining the WWE, appeared on Ariel Helwani, laid out basically his feelings and his thoughts on the company, and expressed his point of view on what happened with the Jack Perry fight, scuffle, kerfuffle, if I will, at All In London. And, that amongst other things, as far as his opinion of Tony Khan as a booker and as a boss, his opinion on NDAs and, just the return to WWE in totality. Right. Apparently that, coupled with a shot that Triple H ended up taking at one possible Will Ospreay, and Jade Cargill speaking on her experience in AEW and her decision to jump ship over to WWE, rubbed Tony Khan the wrong way. Apparently he got a little bit hot and bothered, and he wanted to retaliate. And I guess the big idea behind that was to express or expose one CM Punk with this whole video that I guess CCTV, the footage that
security footage, nigga.
This footage that basically ended up being the reason why CM Punk was released and fired with cause from AEW. So they showed this footage, and they were very transparent. They were very transparent with saying, yo, we are 100% trying to drive interest and drive eyeballs to the program to get people to watch it, to get people to check us out, see what's going on. And, of course, ultimately drive interest for the pay-per-view dynasty. So the Young Bucks, they presented this footage. And I don't know, man, what did you think of it, Jizzle? Because I feel like you're ready to say something and you're ready to go. So what did you think of the footage? What did you think of the footage itself? Go.
I mean, the footage itself didn't show us anything that we didn't already know already, because the nigga's been fired for this shit already. Like, he didn't went on Ariel Helwani and said what he did for that shit already. It wasn't no sound. Like, it was definitely a clickbait, cloudy. Cause when it first happened, like when we first heard that shit happened, what did we say? We was like, this nigga looks like a fucking goof. I'm like, look at this nigga looking like a goof. You know what I mean? Choking out Jack Perry for some shit that only you two know about, but you wouldn't be like, yo, internet bullshit. But no, nigga, only us knew about that shit. So, like, yo, man, I mean, you choked him a little bit.
Only us knew about that. Like, only us and
I mean, like the real glass Crimea River shit. Like, nobody really knew what that shit was until like shit came out about the fight and shit. Like, so like we already knew that CM Punk was wrong, and he's admitted that. Listen, I probably didn't need to handle it that way. But like, yeah, that shit happened. So like, what's the point of like? And then, like, trying to fucking mask it under, like, no, we're going to blame FTR for this shit. Like, FTR has literally nothing to do with this shit. You're better off blaming Samoa Joe and Hook for this shit. And Hook was really minding his business. Nigga was like, oh, shit, what the fuck?
All right, like, Ben, can you jump in?
Yeah, the whole thing with that is, like CJ said, it was literally word for word, bar for bar, what CM Punk said on Ariel Helwani in his interview with Ariel Helwani on the MMA Hour. Because he said, yo, he came to me, and I walked up to him after he came backstage, and I said, hey, what's good? He said, hey, you feeling like you want to do something? Go ahead. He said, I choked him a little bit. The fight was broken up. I called Tony Khan around. I went back to my room and I went out to have my match after because I didn't want to let the boys down. Literally everything that happened. So my thing was, I said this earlier on in the day. I said, the only way you can get away with this, like saying like, oh, we got the footage, we got the footage, we got the footage, is if it's a swerve and it's some being the elite shit. Because if you show the footage and it's exactly the way the CM Punk described it, you're going to be an asshole. You're going to contribute to the legacy of CM Punk. You're going to make him even more of a hot commodity than he already is. And that's saying something. So adding that on top of that, and then my shit went, but then mixed in with the fact that he don't even work here no more. Why are we showing video of a nigga that don't work here anymore? It's just all over the place and it doesn't make sense. And you come out looking like an asshole. Either way it goes.
I mean, not really.
Yes, really, because like, yo, you're like, I'm gonna embarrass this nigga. He didn't lie during the video.
No, like everything that happened that he said happened, it did happen.
Word for word, bar for bar. This just makes you look bad. And then on top of that, we get a report that comes in today from Wade Keller, the PW Torch, saying the Bucks didn't even want to put out that footage. They even told Tony Khan, hey, this is not going to do nothing for us. But he is so focused on embarrassing CM Punk and getting his revenge and getting back at him for what he said on the MMA Hour, because we all know Tony Khan, he like, yo, AEW cool as shit, but he cannot take criticism. I said it before. If you would have, if they would have told this nigga back when he said the shit about Big Swole, like, hey, you can't talk about people like that, maybe he would have listened to people later on. Maybe he would have learned to take criticism. Maybe he would have learned, like, okay, I can't hold on to this stuff and move on. People are gonna talk regardless. But no, y'all let him run away with this, and no one has corrected him. No, I mean the people within the company, not you.
You can't let me do shit. Tony Khan, nigga, like, I run this shit. Like, he needs to know. Like, we've been said this shit. Like, I seen the way he talked to Yannick Ngakoue on Twitter, and I was like, oh, okay, he don't give a fuck about none of you wrestler niggas if I talk to this nigga like this. Like, this is real millions that we talking about. I don't listen, man. If that's what y'all want to do, go ahead. Like, they try to mask it under the little FTR Young Bucks match that's supposed to be coming at Dynasty, and like I just don't understand what's the point of doing that. Like,
okay, so
even FTR said,
let me step in.
And they said this in camera. They said, what does this have to do with us? Is 8 months ago. I'm sorry, Graham. You go ahead.
There's a conflicting report coming from Fightful Select that the Young Bucks were actually okay with doing this.
Oh, okay. So all right, my bad.
I'm not here to say who's right or who's wrong, but I do want to say that there is a conflicting report.
So it's 50-50. It's up in the air. Well, either way, whichever way you want to put it around. If they were for it, they were against it. This shit is corny. This shit is corny.
All right, so
and on top of that, people. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
From a storyline perspective, like y'all mentioned, they tried to, bring it into tie it into the tag team title tournament, tie it into the feud with FTR and the Young Bucks. Basically, what they were saying was, because of this situation, they were distracted at All In and they didn't have their eye on the ball. They're using this as an excuse to say why they lost to FTR in that match, which they were billing basically as the match to determine the greatest tag team of all time. So they're saying that because of the way the card was laid out, it was literally the Jack Perry hook match. It was CM Punk, Samoa Joe. It was FTR versus the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying that because this happened literally right before their match, they had to figure out all of this stuff from a management perspective. And then they had to snap back into wrestler mode, and they were thrown off of their game. And right. that's why this time around that won't happen.
Hey, like, what about last time around? You know what I'm saying? In the first brawl out that he couldn't talk about, like release that footage. You know what I'm saying? When he was tossing you niggas around, and then Ace Steel and the dog were both
So
buying you niggas in your faces.
this
Yo.
is, in my opinion, their way of reintroducing the Jack Perry character to AEW television. He's been gone for since August of last year.
Yeah,
You feel me? He's been working in New Japan um, since January.
he's
Tore
doing a
up the
group of shit.
AEW contract. He joined House of Torture. He's got the number one selling T-shirt on like Pro Wrestling
Scapegoat shit.
Tees or wherever. So yeah, he is basically trying to live up that, you know, and play up that scapegoat, you know, mentality, that label, you know what I'm saying? And if you look at the video, yeah, I would kind of say that he was scapegoated because he didn't do anything. He wasn't the aggressor in the fight. I have no idea what he said. He might have said some really out of pocket shit.
No,
If I'm sitting
it
here
don't
trying to talk,
matter.
if I'm sitting here trying to talk to a nigga and he keep playing with his hair in my face, talking about, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it, bitch?
Graham.
What are you gonna do about it?
Graham, if you like,
I'm
if you're the
socking a
leader,
nigga in
if
the
you're the
face
leader
too,
that you
bro.
say you are, nigga, like you should be able to deal with that. Like he put his hands on that nigga because he thought he could.
Oh
You
yeah,
know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah,
For
yo,
sure.
yo. If I bet you,
But he also felt like nobody else would do anything, though, right?
yeah.
This is another situation where I keep asking the owner, I keep asking the boss to step in and help out and actually be a boss, be a leader, and he won't do anything. And these other people are telling me, all right, well, why don't you do something? I'm not only a wrestler here, they've brought me in with a second contract as a consultant. So not only so when CM Punk says I'm trying to help run a business here, he's not lying.
But it's like, and you're paying me less than you're paying these so-called EVPs that's running around. You know what I mean? I understand his frustrations and shit. But if you're gonna be the leader, like we said this shit when it first happened, like if you're gonna be the leader that you say you are, you can't put your fucking hands on niggas' blood. Like you can't do that. You just got off from doing that, nigga. This is the second time you did that shit, and that's why they
100%.
fired you. If it was the first time that you did it, if you didn't fucking smack up the Bucks and Kenny Omega and the dog went to a draw, they probably would be like, all right, Phil, like don't do this again. And you would still be there, like, but you would still be there, blood. Like, oh, I was waiting to get out. Like, nigga, no, you wasn't, blood.
I believe him when he says that he was trying to get out.
Yeah,
After
like, you go look at
the
it.
brawl out thing and that situation, and he said like Tony's big idea behind solving that matter was to separate them and was to do
that's
the
what
collision.
he just gave him another show.
Yeah, and I didn't think that would work. Nobody believed that would work. Even CM Punk himself says that he didn't think it would work. You know,
because
and you can't put that on him either. That's not fair.
That shit was doomed to fail from the beginning, and like you guys are right. He was right because they still have access to show up, and on top of that, they were sending their buddies, guys that they were friends with, were on that roster, and we're talking shit. So you had Dolph Ziggler brother coming over talking shit. You had other guys come over talking shit. CM Punk was supposedly telling them that they had to leave the show and they had to leave the venue, whatever. But it was never gonna work. And the whole thing is like, I get where they're going with this storyline, and the way that Graham explained it. But the thing is, I can see the destination. But the road to get there is filled with potholes. There's a bridge out. There's one of the banana peels from Mario Kart sitting right there. It's a whole mess. It's stupid. It's really stupid.
And if all right, let's lay it out like this, right? The Young Bucks are the heels, right? And they're saying that this situation that happened distracted them, like had them thrown off of their game or whatever. But they're showing this footage and it seems like they're trying to like babyface Jack Perry, but he's a heel and the faces are the friends of the guy who started the fight. So I'm confused on who you're trying to put over here, because if FTR is supposed to be the good guys and FTR is like, why don't we get over this? Why don't we get over this? Why don't we get over this? Why is it that the Young Bucks the heels are trying to put who am I supposed to root for is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. Like, y'all are like being petty as EVPs, which I feel like they're trying to basically separate themselves from AEW, the entity, and say like they're going rogue from like a Tony Khan decision. And like this was that's what I feel like they're trying to like. The message that they were trying to get over was the decision to air this wasn't an AEW decision. It was a Young Bucks as EVP's decision, because they are, again, trying to say we're the best, but this is why we're not technically the best, yada, 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 whatever. But I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird dynamic. I feel like it's a strange thing that they're
it would make more sense if he was on TV more. Like if Tony Khan was on TV a lot, like just being seen on TV and not like in these fucking like little like dark matches. Like yo, like if he was on TV like all the time, that shit would make more sense. You going rogue, like the EVPs going rogue from Tony Khan. Like that shit would be a great storyline that you could run back 150 times.
So I'm thinking that Jack Perry is going to come in at Dynasty and help the Young Bucks win the titles. And you're going to get the grouping of the new elite as the Bucks, Okada, and Jack Perry.
Oh, he got to get that belt from Hook too. And they're going to be like a super stable. You could be like elite adjacent.
And not for nothing, there's reports coming out that Hook is like interested in seeing about going to WWE. I think SES Scoops reported that he's like when his contract runs out, like he's like interested in pursuing free agency to see what else is out there. And shout out to Hook if that's true. But the reason why I think they put the footage out there is to show like, yo man, Jack Perry ain't no bitch. He ain't no bitch, nigga. I think that's why they put the footage out there to kind of like get him back.
Oh, that's what it said.
I don't think,
but it didn't work.
I don't think the footage shows that Jack Perry's not a bitch. I really don't think that's what that gets over at all.
Here's the thing. You've been a wrestling fan long enough, and you've been part of the IWC long enough, wrestling Twitter, whatever you want to call it. You already know. When motherfuckers latch onto some shit, they're gonna hold on to it for the rest of their life. I still get people whenever I talk about Chris Jericho who say, Chris Jericho beat up Goldberg, right? You know he beat up Goldberg, right? They're gonna hold on to this for the rest of their lives, because here's the thing: the fight wasn't that bad. If you want to call it a fight or whatever, if you want to describe it as that, whatever. But it really wasn't much of anything. But people are gonna say from now to the end of time that Jack Perry is a bitch. He got bitched out by CM Punk, and that he's a loser. They're gonna hold on this for the rest of their life, and it's not going away anytime soon.
Listen, it is what it is. What's
gang?
What's happening with the gang, man? Big action,
bro.
Like I said, man.
Like, look, nigga tried to grab him by his throat, and he moved his hand. That was the end of it. Like that's regular shit.
He said exactly what happened, and that's what happened. You feel me? So it's like, all right, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But question of the week, you want to run to that real quick as we kind of expand the conversation and you know what I'm saying?
See what y'all think.
So yeah, man, see what what do the people think about it? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go ahead and press the button, man.
Nigga dancing with them.
It's horrible, bro. You should stop.
You've got mail.
Oh, that's not what it on there. Let it do the balls, nigga. At the end of Family Matters, nigga. Like,
You should stop.
I'm mad. But yo, shout out the question of the week. Question of the week this week was, how does that backstage fight from All In footage being shown, how does that affect Jack Perry's career going forward? Let's kick it off with ESPN Frankie. It doesn't advance his career at all, TBH. First, you didn't listen to the OGs about the real glass thing, and now your own employer is releasing footage of you getting choked out. Bad business. Bad business indeed, yes. Shout out to No Bad Noel. The video makes Punk out to be the one who started the fight, which, regardless of the truth, gives more credence to his scapegoat gimmick. My hope is that this leads to the house torture invasion of AEW. I'm not really too familiar with House of Torture. So, it's cool that he's doing that or whatever. I don't know shit about that. Shout out to at Black Cream Soda. Tushimo. He says he was done before the footage was ever hinted of being released. He's forever the guy CM Punk beat up. See, people are gonna hold on to this for the rest of his career, the rest of his life. They're gonna be like, yo, man, he gonna make a post and he gonna talk about Father's Day and he gonna talk about his father. He gonna be like, yo, R.I.P. Dad. Nigga be like, yo, man, your dad he's alive. CM Punk your daddy, man. He your daddy, nigga. Go say Happy Father's Day to your daddy, nigga. Get off the web, nigga. Yo, shout out to at Dave_1307. I'm seeing something. You're back on TV. Wait, I'm seeing something else. You're suspended again 9 days later for the same shit. Got the glass ball out. Let's see. At JM_Terrell. People who already liked him like him more. People who already hated him hate him more. Ultimately, he's a pillar who has been ramping up his game throughout his NJPW excursion, and he'll probably get a lot of mixed reactions when he comes back. Yeah. And we chant CM Punk in the building when they showed the footage, so if that's any indication. Shout out to at Big Fella Edit 79. Imagine your former employer just randomly decides to drop footage of you losing a fight on national TV. I'm sorry, former in that sentence was, question mark. It's still his employer, to my knowledge. Shout out to at Troy the Dictator. The same trajectory. He'll continue in a story, but they don't seem to know what to do with him. I think AEW has to do what they've been doing this year, putting on great matches. This doesn't help. All right. Doesn't help. Shout out to Victor. What's going on, Victor? He'll be fine.
King of the North.
Shout out to King of the North, definitely. Shout out to at Mansa Musa the 7th. Not much. To be honest, all he did was be stupid in a place that allowed him to be so. Wow. While I doubt AEW would sign him with Punk on the roster, the improvised structure would help him. These dudes need to learn how to leave the indie stuff on the indies. That's something. Shout out to at Backstage_Brawl. Makes Perry look worse in the end. Not sure if this is to get him as part of the Elite storyline, but did themselves no favors. Shit. But that's how they wanted to carry it out. Shit, they didn't do themselves any favors. And we're going to end it off with at _Jermaine. If Tony want to use the footage for some good, put in a video package for Jack Perry when he returns. Lights go out, video pops up, freeze frame, zoom in, scapegoat stamped across the screen, and it fades to black while scapegoat stays on as his music hits. I mean, Tony Khan, if you saw that, you want to do that, send him a check.
You do skate,
that's the check
like skate, and then like goat, all capitalized, so he'd be the greatest of all time at skate, whatever that means. Yeah, man.
Whatever it means. Shit.
How do you guys think it affects his career or impacts his career?
I agree with what Vic said. He's gonna be fine, dog. Like we knew what happened. Like he tried to grab me by my throat and I moved him out the way. Like I can't hit the fucking the cash cow. Like,
no.
Bad. I thought he was Rana, but whatever. So you got it.
The backstage fight is insane. Hey, I kind of gave it a while ago. I said I think when people talk about Jack Perry, they're gonna be like, yo, he's the nigga that got beat up by CM Punk. I think whatever he does, he carries that scarlet letter with him for the rest of his career, even though it's not much of anything. Like I already explained to y'all, people will latch on to the smallest things and they'll hold on it forever. Like another example, like from Chris Jericho, like he went backstage and was talking to Brock Lesnar, and he was like, "Yo, man, look, what'd you do to Randy? What'd you do that to Randy for?" And people thought that he could take on Brock Lesnar because he stood up for Randy Orton, and he said that he was gonna bite his nose or some shit. Y'all latch on to shit and you hold on to it till the end of time, and you like to throw it up there in everybody else's face, even though it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, there's a couple of EVPs that got they got the same scarlet letter as Jack Perry.
Nah, the thing
So
about that is they don't care. I don't think they necessarily carry the scarlet letter because the thing is they have other shit going on. They have titles. They have other shit that they were doing shit before this, so it's gonna be associated with them at some point. But for the most part, they're gonna be like, "Yo, that shit happened once upon a time." But like Jack Perry, this is your life, bro.
yeah,
Don't get into a fight with your girl. She's gonna be like, "Yo, man. Don't make me call CM Punk over here to whoop your ass. You raising your voice at me. You should have been raising your voice at CM Punk."
yeah, man.
You call
I
that
hit you
nigga
with a
over
poison
here.
rana. You should have hit him with a
Yo, this
poison
man,
rana.
yo, facts. If this man ever have kids, they're gonna be like, yo, he gonna be like, go out there and take out the trash. Hey, why don't you take out the trash? Should I call Philip over here? And maybe he can tell you to take out the trash.
You know, I call him Big Homie Phil, right? He's Uncle Phil. He's the real Uncle Phil. Graham, what do you think about? Oh, my bad, Graham. Professor Graham, what do you think about the whole Jack Perry situation? You think that he'll be able to recover from this?
I don't think that. Nah, I think it'll be completely fine. I think this was a bad decision to air this. Like, I don't think this helps Jack Perry. I don't think this helps the Young Bucks. I don't think this helps the Angle. I don't think this really helps the TV show. Ratings came out and they did 819,000 viewers. That's not really a big jump from, you feel me? Nothing like that. You feel me? Like it's not like a crazy, like, will they be able to maintain that and build upon that? Is this something that you even want to build upon? You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't get it. But I completely agree with Ben when he says that you can't get away with nothing with your girl now. Your kid's gonna be running all over you. He might just be the real Uncle Phil. You feel me?
Bro,
So yeah,
the forehead punch, like what you gonna do? Like, oh, blood.
Just he was definitely wrong for his actions for sure. But it's like,
Yeah.
I don't see how this benefits Jack Perry. Like how does this, like, you feel me? You just showed me, like, I didn't get my ass whooped, but like it don't do me no favors either. You feel me? Because I didn't fight back. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like,
and you
and
couldn't.
Not for nothing.
You can't.
Yo.
You can't.
And not for nothing, but like, you know, when AEW kind of fucks up because they'll put out a clip like this moment, and it'll be something that kind of backfires on them or doesn't look favorable on them, and they'll scrub the internet and they'll hit everybody with DMCA. And the AEW does hit niggas with DMCAs who post clips without permission, but when it's some bad shit, they work overtime. You remember with the exploding barbed wire death match or whatever it was called, that ending, they had all those videos off the TL by the time the night was over. It was another instance that happened. They had the videos off there. They had the videos off of the internet, off of Twitter before the episode was over. So you already know they know they shot themselves in the foot with this one. They know this was a stupid decision, because if not, guess what? They're gonna let that shit fly. They're gonna be like, yo, it's publicity, we putting it out there. We looking, you know, we got him looking like the hero in this situation. we gonna let it fly. But nah, they knew this was dumb, so they scrubbed the internet.
We almost just killed the fucking
where do you guys stand on like the rest of like the state of the show? We haven't been here in like 2 weeks to like really discuss it. Like, is there anything that stands out to you about AEW right now that you're enjoying, or anything that you're like, what the fuck is that about?
I mean, Mercedes got attacked, you know what I'm saying, in the dark and shit. You know what I mean? That was really the only thing that you could, like, they really put a lot into, like, Samoa Joe got attacked by Swerve. They had to move that shit to the fucking know what I'm saying, to the main event when he fought Dustin, you know what I'm saying, because they were trying to, ride that, you know what I'm saying, at WrestleMania Road Show. And what's up with the rankings? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like Samoa Joe got the belt and shit. Like it just wasn't like they put a lot of fucking effort into this fucking videotape, because that's the only thing that we knew about that was coming with this episode, and then everything else was just kind of like, oh shit.
Ben, what about you?
I mean, I've enjoyed some of the things they've done over the past couple of weeks, but I feel like there's been a lot of cornball shit too, because like we didn't even talk about last week's episode when they had Edge come out and cut a 20-minute promo about how AEW was the greatest locker room that he's ever been a part of, and how much he loves it there, and how he wanted to end his career there. It's like you're doing Damage Control, and then they got tired of doing Damage Control, so they was like, you know what? Let's bring out this video next week. And it sucks because they are doing cool shit. They are doing cool shit. Like the whole Adam Copeland had a really good match that I really enjoyed against what was it, Penta? Yeah, against Penta. He had a really good match against Penta. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed at the end when Willow comes out, she kind of like has a little face off with Brody King, and they're gonna do a tag team match. They have good stuff going on. But when you do dumb shit like this, it kind of overshadows it, and it kind of and it pushes it to the back burner. And all the stuff you said last week when you were like, we shouldn't focus on the negative. Let's focus on the positive, what AEW does. You abandon all that shit this week when you decided to make that move. And it sucks because it really took a lot of shine away from people who were building up something that deserved to have that time.
It was real clout chasey. You know what I mean? Because ROH had a really good weekend too. You could have built off of that if you wanted to do something. You know what I mean? Like it was just really clout chasey. Like even the stuff that happened during AEW, you didn't want to talk about it because it was like if you wouldn't lean into that, we would make fun of you for it. Sorry, Graham.
All right, what else you guys want to talk about?
Crack. So, not explain. Oh, my bad.
The chat is talking about Ospreay. Tristan says, Will Ospreay said he ain't running from the grind. Andre said Ospreay cried about Triple H. No need for that on live TV.
Why not?
He could do that. If y'all gonna spend your little media press run, you know what I'm saying, having people, not necessarily having people, because I hate that. This idea that WWE management is whispering talent's ear saying, hey, make sure you sneak this in about AEW. Like, I feel like the people that are doing that, like, oh, they got the talent going out here disparaging AEW. Da, 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 da. Like, if I'm asked a question, especially in the sense of like Jade Cargill, like the transition of like coming from AEW to WWE, like what that's like, that's a general question that you would expect someone to ask someone in that position. So just to be like WWE has them marching out here the biggest week of their year to belittle or whatever, like that's I don't think that really exists. However, when it comes to the I guess the aspect of like Triple H, he didn't necessarily need to take this shot at the Will Ospreay situation, because it like what else is he talking about? Like, what else is he talking about outside of maybe Will Ospreay, outside of maybe Okada? You know what I'm saying? Like this whole agent situation about, you know, like, cause he's like, I get reports on everybody. I know everything that's going on. But for those people that want to choose the lesser schedule, that want to choose the lesser this or that, you feel me? Like, I don't necessarily know if they're in it for the grind, and I don't really want them in it in my company for the long haul, because I don't know what type of dedication. At least that's what I got from it. But in my opinion, hold on. I've let y'all cook. Hold on. Like, in my opinion, like, he doesn't necessarily need to do that. But like Will Ospreay going on here on AEW, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that either. However, what I think is the fact that they had that literally right after the CM Punk footage and the whole Young Bucks thing, which was also a little wonky because they were trying to live between two worlds of kayfabe in real life. And then this whole thing with Ospreay and Triple H over here was just like, it just felt like too much time being dedicated to people that weren't on their program and aren't in the AEW like the scope of what they're trying to push as a whole. That's all I'll say about that. Ben, go ahead.
And what I was gonna say was, sorry about that. What I was gonna say was, a lot. I saw people saying like this is gonna hurt Will Ospreay's chance of ever working with WWE, and I don't think so at all. Look at the shots that CM Punk took at Triple H. Look at like he got Ultimate Warrior back in WWE, and look at what happened between them and the whole company. Triple H, if he wants to do business and he wants to make money with you, he will work with you. Like Cody Rhodes literally smashed the throne. Look at him. He's having moments with him crying on Monday Night Raw, talking about, yo, you really did it. You really finished the story. I don't think Triple H holds anything personally if you can make money with him.
Of course not. Money is money. Business is business. If we have to do what we if you come over, if Cody Rhodes can come over from smashing the throne and doing all that bullshit, then you could definitely come over for doing a little promo that nobody's gonna remember in 3.5 hours. Right. It's good.
Ken says, isn't the phrase hit dogs holler? Triple H ain't named anyone, so Ospreay shouldn't have said anything. That's just my opinion, though. That's all. That's a good point. Triple H didn't say anything, but it's like, who else are you talking about? Who else are you talking about? But here's my thing. Like, also think about it like this, though. Do you feel like your employer really gives a fuck about you? Do you feel like your employer, you know what I'm saying, like really puts in that effort to really like show you that they give a fuck outside of a pizza party, maybe every now and then, a little potluck every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, do they really give a fuck? Do they pay you adequately? Do they make you feel comfortable? You know what I'm saying? Like this whole thing about this employer, like employee relationship, I feel like there are some WWE performers who have like this indoctrinated sense of like corporate mentality, like how Seth Rollins would be like, oh, you couldn't hack the grind of the WWE schedule. Maybe you're just not cooked for the big time. Ha 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 type shit. It was like, my nigga, check this out. If I could get paid as much or maybe more than you, working less than you, why the fuck would I take your job?
That's real. That's real. That's
like,
really
what?
Real. Like, why
especially
you
when people
for?
talk, especially when people try to push forward this whole mental health is important. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to balance your work life, you know what I'm saying, shit with your family and all this other shit. Like when people try to push and perpetuate that shit, but then also want you to believe that you should work more, you know what I'm saying? So the company can benefit, but you don't necessarily benefit as like much as the company benefits. Like, fuck out of here with all that shit. I'll take the job with the lesser hours. You feel me? If I'm getting paid $3 million, $5 million a year, nigga, and I'm only having to work 1-2 days a week, 1 day a week, for real, 2 days, maybe, you feel me? If it's a pay-per-view this month, what?
But and they help me find a place out here. Like they help me find a place out here in the States where I can be close. Like them niggas.
WWE might help you find a place. AEW ain't gonna help you find that.
I mean, I'm just saying, like whatever the conditions that they wanted to go to, like they went to that for a reason. I'm sure that they were. I'm not sure they were offering whatever they paid Will. But I'm sure they were offering something close.
Man, AEW told that nigga, what's bruh, Anthony Henry, you got hurt on an indie show. Get the fuck out of here. Bye bye. We'll bring you back when you healed after you had your surgery because we ain't paying for that shit. Sorry, my boy.
But they lost CM Punk in Wembley.
You said you named me a workhorse. I'm one of the workhorsemen. He said, yeah, nigga, take that work shit somewhere else, my G.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, gallop your way to the fucking event or you're fired.
All right, man. Let's go ahead and push the conversation forward, man. This past weekend, we got to see Cody Rhodes finish the story. We got to see you feel me? From a bird's eye view, you know what I'm talking about? I got to watch the tag match with Seth and Cody against Roman and The Rock. And then, of course, Sunday evening, we were in the building for WrestleMania 40, and the atmosphere was off the fucking charts. It was crazy. It was so many people in that motherfucker. I was yelling at everybody, like Ben said. I was tripping on niggas. You feel me? Like, listen, I was trying to make 123 the illest section in the building. And we might have been able to, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Get there. You feel me? We might have been able to get there. You know what I'm talking about? But
PE 12300.
Yeah. So this whole thing about this what really irritated me about the show. I'm not gonna hold you. When Bayley and Io Sky's match started, It was like too many people I seen getting up, going to the stands, to concessions, or going to get merch, or going to get food, or whatever, going to the bath. I wasn't feeling that. That really rubbed me the wrong way, especially since Bailey from where I'm from. We from the same soil. We represent the same struggle. You know what I'm talking about? So for people to do that, and then also to hear some people with some weird xenophobic shit on the other side of the shit talking about USA, USA, you bitch ass nigga, I should punch you in your motherfucking face. What is you talking about, USA? Just because EO's here, nigga? What's wrong with you niggas? You niggas is bugging. You niggas is tripping. Anyways, we had an amazing time. I thought that show was fire. Now, with this said, with this said, I mean, y'all can lay out how y'all feel about the show from that perspective as y'all answer the question. But what is next for Cody Rhodes as he finishes the story? Because we already saw that there may be something going on with The Rock, but that doesn't seem immediate. What do you envision for Cody Rhodes as like his first program in this Triple H era, and where this could go? Jizzle, go ahead, bro.
Hey, yo, what I want to see, I need to see Cody Rhodes turn into the exact person that he hated. Like, he gets the fucking crown, and then like see what Roman Reigns has been talking about, and then like he slowly turns into a fucking just an evil motherfucker. And, like, that's what I want to see. But like, as his first fucking person, like, I think we have to wait for the draft, right? Like, because like both champions are on Raw technically, so kind of had
Ben,
to see
jump
for the
in, please.
draft.
I
Yeah.
think
Chill out.
the first like opponent that you could have for him, I think would be really cool and really interesting and fresh, would be to have him go up against AJ Styles. I think that that's personally what I want to see. But the whole thing about like the whole Rock situation and everything like that, when do y'all think that happens? Is that WrestleMania? Is that Survivor Series? Is that Royal Rumble? SummerSlam?
When the Rock thing comes back around, man, I think that's a great main event for
SummerSlam's in
not Royal, for
Cleveland.
SummerSlam. I think that'd be a great main event for SummerSlam. The Rock is what? The Rock is he's filming that, what the movie is, Monster something.
The MMA shit?
Yeah, I can't remember what the name is, but he's filming that. That's gonna be what, like the next 2.5 months, possibly 3 months, if he could get back into camp and try to stay in ring shape along the way. Since this is a physical role, I could see them doing the Rock and Cody match at SummerSlam. But I feel like in order for us to get to Roman Reigns and The Rock by next year, WrestleMania, these story beats kind of have to go along with the big four, with these shows, to kind of progress it along in I guess a meaningful way that it makes sense. I feel like there's events that have to happen on the big four shows to push us towards that ultimate action or that ultimate match next year at WrestleMania.
I agree with you. Also, if you're gonna deem this shit the Paul Levesque era, then you better fucking do what you say, nigga. You're gonna name this shit after yourself. Listen, this shit, like, we talked about this shit the whole weekend. Like, yo, man, this shit, like, you got the X's and the L's and the green and black, and just having to fall in line. Like, listen, like, but if you're gonna name this shit after you, you better deliver. Listen, pro wrestling is back. Michael Cole cried that shit. So, like, yo, you better deliver, cuz that's all I want to say.
But yeah, let's look at the chat, because their chat is saying I can see Gunther versus Cody. Shout out to the real JM. And yo, Tony's in here too. Cody versus Gunther for the undisputed WWE Championship. Like, I feel like it's one of those situations where we kind of like circled what people haven't faced Roman, and that's how we've been like, yeah, we've had to deal with things for so long. Now that you have Cody in it, you're like, okay, the possibilities are endless. He hasn't faced this person, and for the title or whatever. Like, it's a fresh schedule. So yeah, Gunther versus Cody, that could work. AJ, LA Knight, you could do that. You could have him face somebody else on Raw. The possibilities are endless, and like at this point, there's no wrong answer. So
I think Jizzle makes a good point when you say like because backlash, like the draft is coming up, but the draft isn't gonna go into effect until after backlash, likely, when those rosters are kind of split and set. But I think safe. What is it? Khalil in the chat says, "Bring that back for me, please." Save Gunther versus Cody when you're ready to put the title on Gunther. I wouldn't necessarily say do that, but I think that maybe the Cody and Gunther feud would be maybe his second feud, because I feel like maybe there's time to sneak something else in before we do the whole Bash in Berlin push, and I don't necessarily think Gunther has to win. When they go do this whole Bash in Berlin thing, I think that like you said, there's a possibility for an AJ Styles program. There's a possibility for a Sheamus program. I believe that'd be dope. I think that that's something that they can utilize that's short and could be effective and just kind of, doesn't need to take up a lot of time. But I think there's a lot of dope possibilities, especially with the draft coming up, which I think is going to prove. I think the draft is going to prove fruitful for the main roster, especially in this whole quote unquote Triple H era or new era. Brenton in the chat says, "What about Finn Balor?" Finn Balor's a good one as well.
He got to fight Damian Priest. They're gonna do a Judgment Day implosion after this fucking shit. I already seen it coming. We call that shit.
Yeah, I would probably see that before I could see Cody and Finn, because Finn takes a lot of L's. And I feel like with this the inclusion of the World Heavyweight Championship, this is an opportunity to kind of rebuild Finn Balor back to prominence.
Yeah,
they should take that opportunity if they could.
Dolph Ziggler when you need him.
Question for you, Ben, though, because I remember last year around this time we were talking about the whole, Triple H's first year as, the main booker of the WWE. Subsequently, since then, we found out that that is not the case, and Vince McMahon's fingerprints have been all over the product since then. I think them making this push of over this weekend to really drive home this Triple H is in charge. Triple H is the one that put all this together. Triple H is da 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 da. It was like a fucking love fest for this nigga, bro. So I feel like now we can safely say that this is the time where, the ball is literally in Triple H's court as far as him running the show. What do you think about the changes that he's made when it comes to production, when it comes to the booking, and when it comes to the overall aspect of what you enjoy about the show?
Last year when everybody was saying oh, Triple H is in charge of creative, they had full creative control with him, blah 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 blah, whatever. I was kind of tough on him. I was a little bit rough when it came down to that women's tournament and everything like that. But so far with the the lead up to WrestleMania and everything like that, with the ball being firmly in his court and everything like that, I feel like he's done a great job. I feel like he's put the focus on where it needed to be. What really was the test for him was the pivot off of the whole Rock storyline, because a lot of people try to say this was the plan from the beginning. This was always the plan. You see what he said on ESPN? This was always the plan from the beginning. And The Rock and Triple H literally said we had to come up with all of this on the fly. So I feel like that was the true test of who Triple H is as a booker and as the head of creative and everything like that. I feel like he's done a great job. I feel like when you got Vince out of there and you got Kevin Dunn out of there, I feel like the possibilities were endless for what you can do. I mean, Vince's influence, I don't think is fully gone from the WWE, but it's a lot of people in there that still, that worked with him or whatever. We saw Bruce Pritchard. He came out at the end of WrestleMania and hugged Cody Rhodes and everything like that. So there's still some people in there, but for the most part, I love the direction that they're going. I love that they're focusing on themselves. I love that they're building intricate storylines and they're adding things and pieces and stuff like that, and doing callbacks and all that type of stuff, and literally like setting up storylines that are going to be made down the road. And on top of that, this Monday Night Raw, this Raw after WrestleMania, felt like a Raw after WrestleMania for the first time in years. It functioned as a Raw after WrestleMania. It literally set up everything going forward. You had surprises. You had Ilya Dragunov come out. You had Indy Hartwell on the show. You had John Cena show up and have a tag match and everything like that. You literally positioned everything else where it needs to go, and you use that momentum to go forward and hit the reset button. That's something that we haven't seen in a while. And I just can't say enough good stuff about it. For now, he might fuck up in the future, and then I'm gonna have to come back. So I'm not just gonna, I'm not gonna, give all the love right now. But he's doing a great job, and I like the direction they're going.
CJ,
I mean, I hope he holds it down. Like, he ain't got no choice. But listen, you're just gonna do what you want to do, and like what you've been doing has been working for so long. And he knows. Like, I think he has the pulse. Like, I know we talked about him taking that shot at, old boy. And like, he just knows, like, he knows exactly what he's doing. Like, he's been in the, like, I think it's going to be just fine. Like, I think he did it. I think so. Like, at the WrestleMania, like, that shit was a fucking good start for his little era that he named himself. But you have to live up to that shit. You can't name some shit and then not live up to it. So niggas going to hold you accountable for that shit. Because motherfuckers have been asking for this shit. They've been asking for him to be running this shit for a long time. So now that he's, like, now officially, I guess, even though he's been running it for a little bit, but now that this is his era, like, we're gonna hold you to that high standard, nigga. So like, you just be ready to live up to it. I think he's gonna be just fine. Like, him and fucking Shawn Michaels, I think it's gonna be a revolving door, and I think it'll be just fine. But just be ready to live up to that fucking name that you named yourself at WrestleMania.
Okay, this isn't a literal name of the era, like Attitude Era or like Ruthless Aggression. This isn't like necessarily literally the Triple H era. They haven't named it that. So I don't want us to get too far deep off in the weeds of saying live up to that name. That's not what
if you're going to come out in front of 70,000 people and say this is the Paul Levesque era, and then the next night you're gonna do it again, but I'm gonna send my wife to go say it too, just to let you know.
He didn't say it.
Hey, listen. Here I am. Welcome to WrestleMania. And she was like, yo, this is the Paul Levesque era. This is my name. This is my namesake. Sure. So like, you gotta live up to that shit. Like, sometimes that's what it is. So like, I think he's ready for that shit. But just be ready for the criticism, like, no matter what it is, and just be ready for the praise, because it's going to be equal on both sides, I think.
Oh no, we're definitely in the honeymoon period of the whole like Triple H era and everything like that. You want to call it? A lot of people are calling it the Renaissance era. I think
The
Cody
Rock
Rhodes
said it's the fuck you era.
It's the fuck you era, the Renaissance era, the Triple H era. We'll give it'll be a name eventually that's given to it. But shout out to Andre.
Says, go ahead.
With Triple H, you gotta expect some curveballs. He actually reads the fans' comments and respects the feedback. Yeah, he like, for those of you who don't know, Triple H is chronically online. He's online a lot. You think Tony Khan is online? He's online just as much as him. Like, really, like people have been saying, like, for like a better part of a month. Man, he lost his family. He's divorced. Stephanie left him. He was calling CM Punk on Thanksgiving to try to get him to come back to WWE. There's no way, he's talking with his wife and everything like that and all that. And just for him to have his wife show up and be like, yeah, nigga, this my nigga's era. It's his era. Like, that's some next level shit.
Carol 22 in the chat says he said at the scrum it wasn't his era. He said it was everyone's era.
And guess what? That's something a nigga if it was his era that he would say. That's something that he would say.
That's something that Andy says, I trust Triple H, but like Ben said, give him time to fuck up once a while. For sure. We gotta give room and rope. Nobody's perfect. Like Triple H's
Yeah.
booking isn't gonna be perfect. Tony Khan's booking is never gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like the New Japan
facts.
booking is not gonna be perfect. The HBK, for all of his Instagram scrolling and scavenging that he does trying to find talent, that doesn't mean that he's gonna be a perfect booker. Wow, Mr. All Days Off says this is the watch out for Diddy era. For sure.
Yo,
I agree with that. This is definitely the watch out for Diddy era. For sure it is.
yo,
Gross. Actually gross. Really gross. Really gross. What's next
shit.
for Roman Reigns? Roman Reigns posted that video and
Yeah.
tagged it yesterday I mourned. Today is day one. Walking on the treadmill like he used to do, like after big matches when he used to cut those promos on the elliptical or whatever. Those early tribal chief days. So is he going back to a little bit of that as far as like how he progresses his character to the social media audience or in between shows, or is this just him saying? I'll be back soon, and you'll see what the next chapter is when that happens.
Yeah, I think it's the latter. I think it'll be the latter. I think if anybody's earned a break, it's that man right there. And I think like that's a way to feed the masses. Like, yeah, day one, you got to start from the beginning, start from ground up. Like, and he has options to do whatever he wants to do. But I mean, like, if hopefully, I think that's going to be like what you said. Like, yo, just him starting from the beginning. I'll be back. And when I come back, I'll be stronger than ever type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I do think like he's hit the reset button. If we don't get The Rock versus Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, I definitely think it will be Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns in a rematch. Because because he had like the whole little smirk at the end. We know like he'll be popping up sooner or later. So yeah, I think he pops up. I think he pops up around SummerSlam.
You know, he damn near got to fight Seth. You know what I'm saying, don't he?
Can I interrupt to read this real quick? That King BK says, I just got here. Y'all seen that clip of Mercedes Monet on the floor moaning? Jizzle, your reaction.
I believe her. Justice for Mercedes. That's my reaction. Justice for Mercedes, baby. Oh my God, I'll save your life. Like, how in the yo, you can't ask me that question with your glasses shining. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's funny.
That's hilarious, man. Justice for Mercedes.
Let's see, Cujo. Yeah, I was gonna read that one. Cujo says Solo and Jimmy gonna have to answer to him eventually. Enter Jacob Fatu, Roman versus Solo and Jimmy. See, that's interesting. I think the inclusion of Jacob Fatu into this program is a necessary layer. I think there's room for Tama Tonga as a necessary layer as well. If you're following the tea leaves and lean into anything that Jacob Fatu has recently posted, there was a photo of who was it, the Tonga Kid and Haku,
and Haku, yeah,
which is of course Tama Tonga's father and Jacob Fatu's father, managed by Bobby Heenan, which would be an interesting dynamic to look at from the perspective of Fatu and Tama Tonga with Paul Heyman as the glue in between that. I think that there's room for them to be like kind of, I don't know, maybe like a outcasted part of the family.
You could get in there, break off, and then start your own groups out of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And you can either do it where they come in and they back up Roman and they help him out as expanding the family, or you do it in a way where The Rock builds his own bloodline and they are his Solo and his Jimmy in a sense. Or and maybe somehow like Roman has to solicit the services of his right-hand man, Jey Uso. try to get him back on board. But in a role of good guy
Consultant?
Roman trying to
Hey, you got Cody's number?
you feel me type shit.
Your cousin tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
I
need
need to get
help.
Cody over here. Like,
I
go
need
get
help.
Cody. Please go get Cody. Like, Cody first for everybody.
What do you guys think of the title swap, like the jersey swap that Cody and The Rock did?
Shit was
I
weird.
don't know, fake ass belt, nigga.
Shit was weird, bro. But it's like, yo, man, I want to hold your belt only if you let me hold my that belt right there. It felt weird. The crowd was 100% right. The shit was awkward. I get what they were doing. The Rock is like, yo, man, look, I like the way I like the feel of it, man. No Diddy.
Did you get
I
what
like
they were doing? That's crazy.
Yeah, I got
I
what
like
they
the
were
feel
doing.
of it. No Diddy. Did you see the Easter egg from when The Rock introduced the new version of the WWE title in 2012, 2013?
Yes.
That whole thing.
I
Very
did.
interesting, and to lean back into that, I feel like it was unnecessary. Even if they've had this conversation before, I don't think that this was necessary to be like, oh, I just want to take a look at the new championship, Rock. This is Cody in like 2013 when they introduced this whole box pointy weird shape home plate version of the WWE title. Go ahead, Jizzle.
Bruh, like this, we was like, this is the exact same fucking design that you allegedly, you know what I'm saying? Like this is what got rid of the spinner belt. It hasn't changed, nigga. Not only has it changed, nigga, we made every single title that we have like this, nigga. Like, what are you talking about with to see what the belt feels like, nigga? This is the exact same belt that you got, nigga, when you beat CM Punk. Nigga, like, please shut the hell up, dog. Like, listen, let me hold you. Huh?
This one's gold. This one's gold, though.
Graham, is the design the exact same design that he was the one to first debut it?
It is a little bit different.
So he forgot about it? You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit different, though. Remember, his version had champion in big letters.
But remember when they had the big WWE symbol in the middle and it had diamonds around it?
Like they still have now?
I mean, it was similar. You know what I'm saying? Just a little similar. You know what I mean? Like, I understand you. Like, the thing I want to talk about is like whatever he handed him, like in his hand right there. Like I heard like a couple of little, like it could be. Somebody said that it was a piece of Roman's fucking like little lay or whatever. That he was like, yo, like you got the juice now type shit. Like, yeah, I mean you smoke the tribal chief. I mean that kind of makes you tribal chief adjacent. You know what I'm saying? TCA. You know what I mean?
It could have been a quarter of that. You feel me? Young Ism. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
You talking about?
Here's 100 pills. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, my boy.
$200 back.
This right here, my boy. This ain't nothing but some Skittles. You feel me? This ain't nothing but some Skittles. That's it. You feel me? Live your life. Enjoy.
Primes and then have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Go to Shaq's place.
He said, Cody, you ever pop a Tesla?
Gotta pop a Tesla. Yo, anybody that wants that many pyro, like that wants that much pyro, like that's some high nigga shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody said. It was like, you know what? If you sign me back, I want all the pyro. Whenever I do something, when I go like this, when I go like this, when I go like this, and I want to shake his hands and shit. All right, whatever.
I saw some. I did see other theories. I saw somebody who was like, "Yo, it was a Rolex that Dusty owned that he gave to The Rock or something like that." I saw other things that said like it was connected with Dusty because he was like, "Oh, never break my heart again." I don't
because you said that, and I want to get that story right. If you're gonna lead with that one, the story was after the show in the press conference, Cody said that when he walked backstage, Nick Khan, Triple H, and Bruce Pritchard gifted him the Rolex watch that Dusty pawned in order to send him to acting school. So he didn't have the money at the time when it came time for Cody to go to college or, go to like a trade school or figure out what he wanted to do. So him and his sister wanted to go to acting school. Dusty pawned his Rolex. the story there is that they gifted him the watch that his dad pawned off. I don't know if it's the same exact watch or just the same model,
A replica.
but but hold on. But the idea behind that theory is that somehow The Rock got a hold of the watch and broke it and put it in Cody's hand as a way to say, like, I couldn't get to you this weekend. I couldn't break you down physically. I couldn't stop you from winning the WWE title, but I can do something to you that's going to affect you emotionally, type thing. And I get that idea, because if you put a broken watch in someone's hand, you don't necessarily have to look at it to know what it is. But if I just got this watch, how the fuck you already stole it from me, nigga, and I don't realize it till the next day, and I walk out here with a brand new smile on my face, like I ain't just been a hoe all day thinking of this watch that somebody snatched from me. That idea is
Cody was in the locker room. Cody said, "Nobody's leaving this locker room till I find my daddy's watch. I'm not playing with you niggas.
What?
Ain't nobody leaving this fucking locker room till I find my daddy's watch."
My daddy gave me that
nigga,
watch.
This is a pawn shop, nigga. That's just been gold teeth, nigga, 15 years ago, nigga. Like, Master P made gold teeth for his daughter, you know what I'm saying? Princess Percy, nigga. Like, whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? That shit's been gold teeth, nigga. Like, you can say whatever you want. Shout out to kayfabe, even when it comes to jewelry. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, right, nigga. Cody's dad's watch has been something else, nigga. That's just probably, you know what I'm saying, probably in that chain that you got.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. I feel like that was pointless. I mean, whatever that is, that's going to play into the storyline that they're going to tell whenever there's a possible situation for Cody and The Rock to have a one-on-one, because he for sure was like, yo, I'm coming back for you. So.
Yeah, whatever. Do it then, nigga. Do that. They shoot Jumanji 7 to heaven.
Let's see.
Cody's running the show. Damian Priest gonna lose that belt eventually, and then stop clout chasing AEW.
Anything happen in NXT that y'all want to discuss, or anything else happen on Raw that y'all want to go over? Because
nigga, Obafemi is the fucking beast, nigga.
He's a murderer.
What?
Like, we watched this with our eyes. Like, we watched this with our eyes. Like, did you know? Like, do you know like what he did? Like, like to like, first of all, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my man, like, Briggs. You know what I mean? Like he was dope in that match. The only time he was dope in my life is in that match. But Obafemi's the truth, blood. Like, I don't know who wants that belt. I'll try to fight for something else more than that. That doesn't seem like something that I would want a part of right now.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm watching NXT again. Lyra Valkyria lost the women's title. I'm super excited about that. Since she lost, I'm interested in the product again. There's excitement behind this brand. There's so much to look forward to at NXT right now. She's no longer the champion. Roxanne Perez is a 2-time women's champion. Javon Evans is now on the main NXT roster. That's dope.
Go.
I got to take a picture of him and Nick Wayne this past weekend. That was interesting. That was strange. I was also high, so I didn't. Anyways, so what else? What else is exciting about NXT? For some reason, AOP is back, Parker. And the introduction of the Women's North American Championship. I think that's dope for NXT. I think that they have such a large women's roster that them having a mid-card women's championship just makes sense. And I don't know. I think that the talent level for a mid-card women's championship just makes sense, because some of these women that the internet really, really loves are not ready for the TV time that would be dedicated to them to be in main, like, championship title programs, i.e. Sol Ruka, i.e. Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan. but
Yeah.
these
You
women
know what I
are
mean?
really
Like
dope.
Lola Vice, you know what I mean?
Lola Vice as well. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a level of expertise that these women have that would be dope for them to be able to like strive for and attain
Like a
championships
title,
to
like, but
NXT. It's a great launching point. I think that's a great idea. Even though I hate the idea of too many titles, I think this is good for NXT.
Yo, facts. Like on top of that, like just like what you said about the whole thing is like we've been waiting for a mid-card women's title in WWE in general for years upon years, and it's really cool that they listen and that they put it in NXT. But we were talking about Obafemi a minute ago. Ivar's back. He looks
you
like
about
he's
to
trying
get
to challenge
dogged
for
out, nigga.
the North American title.
Mhm.
Let me see what else. Back to the main event scene. Trick Williams had some time in the main event of NXT. Well, what I call the main event. The last segment to me is the main event. So
The
yeah,
niggas in it, the
he was
main
out
event.
there. He was talking about Carmelo Hayes. He was like, yeah, without Carmelo Hayes, there would be no me. He called out Dragunov. He told Dragunov, I want to face you for the title one more time. Dragunov said, hell no. If you want to face me for the title, you got to come, pull up with something that's interesting to me. You got to throw something on the table that's interesting to me. He's like, if you can't beat me, you got to leave NXT. You got to be done with it. And like I swear, Shawn Michaels be telling him to play the hits down there because like Trick Williams like, yo man, if I can't beat you, then I don't need to be part of NXT. I'm like, bro, it's the same shit said to the Undertaker, but whatever. You got to play in it. It's cool. Next week we're gonna get Carmelo Hayes versus Trick Williams in a steel cage. Carmelo Hayes pulled up at the end and attacked both Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov. So I don't know what to think because Dragunov is declared for the draft. And by the way, I love that NXT talent can declare for the draft. It adds a level of realness to it. But I don't know who leaves with the belt because it's a loser leaves NXT, whatever type of situation. Dragunov has declared for the draft. It's a lot of things that can happen.
Dragunov
Graham, what do you
Brawny.
think?
Dragunov being Brawny is hilarious.
I think
Yeah.
we're headed into a new era of NXT, especially with this idea that they're moving to the CW. I think Dragunov is going to get picked up in the draft, and I think Carmelo Hayes will defeat him for the championship. I think
Okay.
Melo will also get drafted away from
Not
NXT. And I don't think Trick Williams needs to be on the main roster yet.
I'm talking about just for NXT joint. That's what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, I think he'll beat Ilya for the title. And he'll stay in NXT. I think Ilya and Melo will both get drafted away.
Yeah.
That's what
Trick
I think.
is definitely CW built. Like he's definitely like all American. Like like he's he like after that, like after that match we was in the building, cuz like Trick is that he's that dude.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it was
he needs the belt,
crazy.
and then
Right.
everybody can then move on from that, and then you can do whatever you want.
People stayed after that main event just chanting "whoop that Trick" for like what felt like 10 minutes or so. Like nobody moved. Everybody was just rocking. Like
Terrence Howard was sick on Twitter.
Yeah, that's funny. David Johnson says, go ahead, Ben.
No, you got it.
David says they also implied that Ava will also be drafting people.
Oh, that'd be dope.
So
Let her go over there.
BK says, I hope that Ava doesn't draft any real main event talent to NXT. I think that there's a possibility that she can.
Why not?
Some main event level talent, maybe not current main eventers. Yeah.
Maybe main event talent that you say that should be in AEW. You know what I mean? Like if there was an AEW, they would let's say, well, come to NXT. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, like, why not, man? Like, we're on USA, nigga. Like, we're on right after fucking SVU, nigga. Like, you'll watch the SVU.
Everybody's on after SVU.
Like, exactly. Like, shut your fucking don't draft nobody in NXT. Why not, nigga? Like, we're on USA. Are you more willing to watch USA or TV? I'm not even going to do this right now. Do it, Ava.
Hey, yeah, man. The whole like what you said about what y'all said was saying about Trick Williams. I just wanted to add this on, and like we can move on from whatever conversation I want to have after that. Having him stay at NXT is 100% the right move because you look at the effect that he's having now. Like he was on SmackDown like a couple of months ago, the crowd was chanting for him immediately knew who he was. Now, if you can take that time and you could build him up even more, think about what he's going to be when you put him on the main roster. If this is the effect that he has now, when you sent him up to the main roster for 2 seconds and then you brought him back down, and like you guys said, it was 10 minutes that people were chanting, whoop that trick in the arena. You've got a megastar on your hands.
No, bro.
If you could play your hands right,
bro.
you play your cards right.
Train this man. Do not jump the fucking gun. Get him
I'm gonna
ready.
say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. I'm not jumping the gun. Nah, because I said it before.
We're talking about the NXT heavyweight championship.
We're
not talking about.
You know, megastar, nigga. You thought LA Knight was the one last summer too, nigga.
But LA Knight doesn't have 57 years of wrestling experience behind him like he does, and he's only 30 something.
What?
Like Trick is no trick. Like you gotta
Trick's not ready, bro. Stop.
Like
Stop.
Trick is like
I don't
Trick
want y'all
like
to perpetuate this bullshit.
I didn't say he was ready right now.
He's not ready.
Add on.
He's not ready for the NXT title.
You could.
That's not what we're talking about. Catch up.
I thought we was in the NXT segment. Oh, I thought we was in the NXT segment.
No, he was trying to say take Trick in the draft because they have a megastar on their hands.
I didn't say that.
Come on, bro.
So what did you say, Ben?
I said if you leave him in NXT for another year to build, you could potentially have a megastar on your hands with the momentum that he already currently possesses. I didn't say
that's what you said
right now. That's what I said.
Bro. Don't do this shit right now, bro.
Nigga.
Yeah, let him pick an NXT. If that's what you're saying, then that's
what I'm saying. Nigga, be the NXT champion for a little bit.
So we all saying the same thing then.
Yes,
apparently
saying the same thing.
Just aggressively. Yo, 300. Yo, I love that. I love y'all, man. Y'all my niggas.
Yo, thanks. Hey.
Oh man.
Hey.
I love the aggression that we talk to each other in sometimes because we got to keep each other on our toes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Remember when Ben said CM Punk was gonna main event WrestleMania?
How the fuck was I supposed to know he got answered? And that was the plan too. He said on MMA Hour that was the plan.
I'm just saying, my nigga Ben be feeling like he got his finger on the pulse. You know what I'm saying? But I got my ears to the streets. You know what I'm talking about? And I be boxing him up when we be having these little debates. You know what I'm talking about?
No, you got a CNA. You know what I'm saying? You just a nigga that's checking the insurance, Ben. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You got insurance? You know what I mean? Like I ain't checking no pulses. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, I want to make sure that you got some insurance and then you like, you know, make sure you ain't parking in front of the ambulances. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's for the ambulances only.
Oh my god! All right, man. Y'all, we could go ahead and shut it down. I've had an amazing time talking to you guys today. Anything you want to touch on before we exit the building? Stage left. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Before we get, I don't got nothing. I'll say that. I'll say that in a second.
In a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'll say it right now. Fuck it. I'll say it right now. Hey. I just wanted to say this moment to thank China, my wonderful queen, for being by my side during the whole experience because it was a trial to get down there, to get the rental car and get everything situated and everything like that. She was by my side the entire time. She knew I was frustrated. She knew I was upset. She knew it was bothering me, and she never once left my side. Never once was like, hey, you know what? Maybe it's next time. Every time there was an option that popped up about going down there, she was making calls while I was making calls. She was looking up stuff online while I was looking up stuff online. She was trying to figure out things while I was trying to figure out things. And when we drove down there, she drove the whole way down there. We did 2 hours each back. She had my back through the entire thing, and I can't not thank her enough for being there for me and also, you know, letting me have that moment and being like, yo, and just wanted to be there to, you know, to see me there. Because she said it when we were talking about it, we were on the ride back. I was like, yo, man, caught up in the moment. I said, yo, I got to finally go out there, see my guys. I got to be part of WrestleMania and go see something that I wanted to be part of since I was a kid. And the whole time I asked, I said, baby, what do you think? What was your fun experience from it? What was your favorite part? She said, seeing you get to enjoy yourself and have your moment. And I just want to say thank you. And on top of that, if you ever want a back rub without the extracurriculars, I got you. That's my gift to you. That's my gift to you.
Yo, she drove us around, cuz, and just dealt with it. I know, we was talking shit back and forth. It was da 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 da. Oh, it's starting to get cold. That's what I said, right? We all ate shit. Yo, it was a fucking experience. It was so amazing. I had so much fun. Especially when Ben got there, it was cool. But me and Graham was on some fucking some Super Mario Brothers shit.
Damn, that's shady, bro.
Shit.
This nigga over here trying to reminisce on a good time the whole weekend.
China was great.
I know you said China was great. I mean, but that was great. But I mean, shit, it was cool when Ben got there. But shit, when me and you was there, nigga, we was like Spider-Man meme, nigga. I mean, we the big three, we started the league. But
no.
Right now I feel like Muhammad Ali.
No, I'm saying I'm not the one. Not the one that was shit connected the most. Feel like I got a job in IT. That's not me. All right, and that's another rhyme. You know what I mean? But I had a blast. Everything that happened for a reason happened for a reason, and I can't wait to do it again.
Yeah, next time we do it, can y'all break out y'all phones and record some stuff for vlogs too?
But I was sitting I was doing some stuff. You know what I mean? Remember when Benny Siegel was I'm gonna vote when the sun go down. I got that part.
All the space on my phone. My phone ended up dying, nigga. Second match into WrestleMania. I can't even record.
I recorded
Cody
the video.
I ain't even
get my. I got you. That's in a Google Drive. It's in a Google Drive.
Nigga, hold on,
Andy,
bro.
I only do smart stuff. All right,
hold
you know
on,
what I'm saying?
Bro, nigga.
Smart stuff.
Nigga, hold on, nigga. You niggas don't know nothing about it, nigga. You feel me? You niggas don't know nothing.
It's not like Ben and China, I don't want it.
Yo,
you niggas don't know, man.
Josh.
Happy birthday, Josh. One more
you
time.
Feel me? Shout out to all the Cody crybabies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas held it down. You feel me? I'm just a Cody real nigga. You feel me? That's all that it is. You feel me? That's all it's gonna be. You feel me? We the American nightmares out here. You know what I'm saying? Ben ran it up.
Your kid was yelling at me.
Taking titles from Roman. You feel me? We're yelling at little kids, nigga, yelling at grown men, nigga, yelling at little motherfuckers thinking that Roman was gonna win, nigga. Yeah. Where y'all ones at? Put y'all ones in the air. What happened to the ones?
Aggressively
nigga?
yelling.
That's what I was yelling at niggas. What happened to the ones?
What happened to the
what happened to the ones? Y'all had y'all ones up.
Now,
I thought y'all was gonna win. What happened? Where y'all ones at? Put y'all ones up. Be proud of your tribal chief. Be proud of your tribal chief. Acknowledge him. Acknowledge him. That nigga's a sucker.
Loser ass nigga? No. You said no. He said no. It's that nigga. And now it's that loser ass nigga.
I said acknowledge that nigga because he lost like the sucker he is.
He's a loser, just like I thought he was gonna lose.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Dave LaGreca for handing out the. You feel me? You feel me? I'm finna blur that out. You feel me? If I put this in a clip, you feel me? Because I ain't showing y'all niggas no love, but you feel me? They was passing these hoes out. You know what I'm talking about? Niggas had to get that.
You know what I'm saying? That's why Bret Hart was the number one wrestler in Bleacher Report.
Yeah, man. Turn up, dog. What you mean? Episode 300, Public Enemies Podcast. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Graham the Waco Kid, Benny the Butcher. You feel me? Big Match Jizzle, DJ in the motherfucking building, man. 300 of these hoes. You know what I'm talking about? This nigga's holding the belt. I don't really know why, but it is what it is.
Oh, you know why.
Anyways, guys, WrestleMania weekend was an amazing experience. I want to shout out to all of the creators in the space that we got a chance to kick it with, that we got a chance to meet, from Black Announce Table to Black Wrestling to Justin from the Wrestling Classic, to Brian H. Waters to Kaz from the Ringer. You know what I'm talking about? Emilio Sparks, amazing. I'm gonna call you, bro. It was so many people
that we got to, you know what I'm saying, shake hands with and, you know what I'm saying, just hang out with and enjoy time and company and energy with. Man, it was just a dope experience, and I can't wait for the next go round. It was dope. It was amazing. It really was. It really was. So with that said, let's get the fuck up out of here. You guys were amazing as always. Check us out next week here, same place, same time, same channel at the Public Enemies on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about? Patreon.com/Public Enemies if you want any additional content. And yeah, make sure you follow on the show at the Enemies P3. If you want to follow me directly, I go by the name Oh My God Graham. You could meet me there, beat me there, see me there, we be there. You know what I'm talking about? Yes, sir.
300. Go ahead, Ben.
Yo, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok @_son_of_. Just like that. Say something stupid, CJ.
I'm gonna say something smart, you know what I'm saying? Because listen to the motherfucking champ, you know what I'm saying? Since nobody want to claim the shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm claiming it. I'm the champ now, you know what I'm saying? Big Match Jizzle at Yeah That's Me. 2 E's some places and 3 E's on Instagram. That's it. You know what I mean? But like I'm the champ, you know what I'm saying? 300. Shout out to 300 more. PE 300. We in the building. We the best in the world. And yeah.
And this how we gonna end it like this. Don't ever say I'm wearing a Diddy robe or I sound like I'm talking like Diddy. Don't play with me like that. We some real niggas and we gonna stay real niggas. And I appreciate y'all for tapping in. But until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And we out. Always love.